Today's Sunday, the 3rd of July, and this is another installment of the Allegheny Fire Side Chat. Everybody seemed to really enjoy the series, so that's good. I'm glad you guys like it, and we'll keep her going for you. Before I get started, I just wanted to ask you, I asked it in the cottage video that was uploaded yesterday, but would you all have an interest in me opening a P.O. box at the post office? Let me know in the comment section down below, along with any questions you might have for the next series of Allegheny Fireside Chat. I was thinking of opening one up that way if you guys want to send any letters or pictures or anything and has to do with any of the videos or topics. Or if you have any questions, it would be easier for you to write a letter, because not everybody likes to do the comment thing on YouTube. You know, some of you guys just want to watch the videos, and I understand. So let me know if that's something you want to get into, or you want me to open. Let me know. I guess I'll get right into the questions here. First one I have is by Robert Cole, and he brought up about the Foxfire series, and that his family was from there. And for anybody that doesn't know what the Foxfire series is, it was, well, actually Foxfire is a plant that grows native in Georgia, but it was named that. It was a group of students in the early 70s decided, well, a teacher and a group of students decided that they wanted to preserve the Appalachian heritage and everything that went along with it, you know, all the skills and everything were being lost over time. So they started a magazine, published it in school and everything, raised the funds themselves, and they called it the Foxfire series. And it progressed into books and everything else. There's actually books that are bushcrafting based that have a lot of our traditional skills that are being forgotten about, because it's just something, you know, nowadays with stuff like this, we're not using these to live like we used to. At least some people aren't. So it's a really neat series. If you ever get a chance, check that out. I think there's actually some videos, and there might even been a movie made about it. I'm not sure. Maybe with John Denver. I'd have to look at that. I'm not positive. Don't take me for my word on that. But and he also mentioned about, you know, videos down the road with wildcrafting, bushcrafting, and whatnot. And that's a very good idea. I'm not sure what we'll get into on that end of it, but I'd like to do some of that, and you know, getting out and harvesting wild berries and whatnot. So there's lots of things that I'd like to shoot videos on. It's just trying to get the time to shoot everything on and bring all the topics in. But it's definitely a good idea, Robert, and I will definitely try to keep that on the back burner for future. He also said about ginseng. Ginseng does grow around here. I don't personally know really anybody that goes out and harvests it. I did know some guys from other parts of the state that are more into it, but it's not a big thing around here, but it does grow. It likes these hollows and mountains, you know, on the sides of mountains and different places it likes to grow, so it's definitely here. It's big in West Virginia. Speaking of which, guys down in West Virginia are going through a really bad spell right now with the floods, and our local grocery stores around here are taking up money to send a truck down, and I don't know if other states are like that right now, but if you can throw a couple bucks to it, you know, those people really need some help right now. I threw some money in last week to buy water, flashlights, batteries, you know, medical stuff, because we know what that's all about living here around the flood city, what it's like to lose everything and be flooded out. And we've had 3 major floods in the down in the city of Johnstown, which affected everybody in which one way or another. So if you can do something to help those folks out, they really need it right now. And everybody from West Virginia, they're just really good people. I've worked with a lot of guys from West Virginia, and I never met a guy I didn't like from there. They're just great people. Bruce, BS 431980, asked, what is most important about this blue-collar, hardworking, simple lifestyle that we live? And he asked, is it freedom, family, or something else? And he said, I could just as easily be one of his neighbors in the North Carolina mountains. And I think we may have a little different accents from different parts of the country, but I think we all have the same mindset. And he also said that, in his opinion, people like us are the backbone of the country. And I would have to agree. It's the folks that immigrated here, the hard workers, are what built this country. I don't know if you guys ever seen the series Men That Built America. It was on the History Channel a couple years back, but it's true. I mean, if it wasn't for the common working class guy that had an idea or come up with this or, took a chance, the United States wouldn't be what it is today, they literally built America. So I think what makes this lifestyle the best for myself, and I don't know about other people, I can't really speak with anyone else, but it keeps you close to family. It's a more simple way of life, and that's the way I like it, as simple as possible. It could be simpler, but it's not. It's more of a modern age now, so it's just the way it is, I think a lot of it has to do with tradition. This homestead, my kids are fifth generation here, so there's a lot of tradition here, living the way we do, living out in the woods and trying to live simply. So I think I think that all has to do with the question he asked, why we choose this lifestyle. We want to make our own way. We don't need the government getting in our business and pushing themselves on us and handing us things. We don't want that, We want to make our own way. We want to fail on our own. We want to pull ourselves up on our own, So that is why I feel I live this lifestyle and always will till I die, and I hope my family continues on with it, Ann Poucher asked, how far away from town are we? Do we homeschool? Am I a prepper? And as far as how far away from town we are, we're approximately about a half hour or so from the biggest town. So it's not real far. And I do business in town every day with the company and everything, so I'm always down around. So we're not real far away, but we're far enough away that it's peaceful. As far as homeschool, our middle child actually just graduated a year early from a cyber homeschool. She should only be going to 12th grade this year, but she jammed in an extra year and graduated early, so we'll be starting college in the fall. And then our youngest two girls actually go to the public school system, just because my wife isn't home to homeschool them. And I do like the homeschool idea. There's a lot of things about it I like. And there's a little bit I don't like about it, as far as the whole lack of human interaction and problem solving that the kids don't get. So you have to introduce them into that somehow. There's always going to be a jerk in a crowd. There's always going to be a bully out there. And you have to learn how to deal with that, because it's going to follow you your entire life. And I think that's a good aspect of the kids going to a brick and mortar school. They learn how to develop those skills and take care of those problems on their own. And I feel you kind of lose that sort of with the homeschool environment, unless, like I said, you introduce it somehow, but I don't know how you would really do that to make it count, you know, so. But I do like the homeschool thing, don't get me wrong. I think it's a great idea. Our public school system it is what it is, you guys all know, so. Am I a prepper? I'd like to be prepared. Am I a full-blown prepper in the sense of a lot of the preppers on YouTube? No, I wouldn't consider myself that. But I like to be prepared. I like to stock up on things when I can. I like to try to be prepared for things. So I guess in one way I am. You know, I always have ammo stockpiles and different things. So as far as having a big underground vault up here full of rations and everything and ready to eat meals, no, I don't have that. It's not a bad idea though, because you never know what's going to happen in this day and age. But so I don't know. Am I a prepper? I like to think I am somewhat, but not to the sense that some people are. The next one I have is from Ron Williams, and he just wanted me to talk about the area we live in, and if there's any notable people from around this area, and which there are. A few that come to mind, I wrote them down. One is Charles Bronson. He's from a couple mountains over, literally. Jimmy Stewart is from about 45 minutes from here, out in Indiana County, Pennsylvania. There's actually a museum, an airport named after him, and everything else. Actually, where our old fishing camp was real close to where he was from. Any of you guys that are war buffs or military history would know the name Sergeant Michael Strank from Iwo Jima that helped raise the flag. I actually went to high school with his grandson, so he's from real close to here. Johnny Weissmuller, if you know who that is, the original Tarzan, is from Wimber, Pennsylvania, which is not real far from here, 40 minutes away maybe. Baseball fans, Pete Vukovich, he was a pitcher for White Sox, Blue Jays, I think the Cardinals, maybe the Brewers. He played from 75 to 86, but he went to the same school district. Actually, my oldest brother went to school with him. I believe he's a pitching coach for the Pittsburgh Pirates now. And then another one that came to mind was Jack Ham, one of the all-time great football players, linebackers, played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Grew up real close to here. I actually, when I was in high school, put a roof on his mother's house where he grew up for him. Real nice guy. Got to meet him and his brother. Great people. Real nice people. My wife has also met him. We have signed pictures, autographed pictures that he gave us for Nathan, and just real good folks, down to earth, you know. He's now an announcer up at Penn State University, I believe, and that's where he went to college. So as far as history goes, there's a lot of history around here, mountain, Appalachian style history, and I hope to start some type of historical series getting into some of the old coal mines and the old streetcar lines and showing the incline plane down in Johnstown and the floods. There's a lot of history around here, different things, and I'd like to get into all that eventually. That would be maybe a winter series I would get into when I have more time, because it'll take a lot of different work and research and whatnot to get the facts right and dates and everything. I have it all in my head, but I don't know exact dates and everything. So there is a lot of history around here. He also asked what we do as a family for entertainment. I don't do a whole lot for entertainment, honestly. I work a lot, probably too much. I'd say our biggest thing we do for entertainment would be hunting and fishing. Fishing in the summertime, hunting in the fall into the winter. That provides us with some food as far as the hunting end of it goes. But it's also just mainly just to get out in the woods, and that whole tradition thing comes back into play too. I go for the experience more than I go for the kill, like I always say. And you'll notice that in my hunting videos. I'm not going to sit there and show kill shots on slow motion repeated and celebrate that. I have a lot of respect for the animals, the deer. I'm an animal lover, conservationist, and it's mainly about getting out in the woods and spending time with your family and just being out, breathing that fresh air and sucking us up. You know, that's why we live here. So I did take the kids to a baseball game last night, so we do some things once in a great while. We'll go to an amusement park or something. But lately, with the cottage project and everything, I've been just grinding away. Another thing that we do for fun is once the camp is set up, we used to have a camp. I gave up last fall, but we go to camp and spend long weekends for the holidays and whatnot. We're not right now because I don't have it set up yet, but so that's what we do for fun mainly. Hunting, fishing, going to camp. That's about it. Work a lot. We work a lot. My dad's 82 years old and he still works every day, you know. He's been over there hammering on splitting wood up for most of the summer here since he cut that tree down that I shot the film on. He's still a worker too, you know. We work. That's what we know. John Blackie asked, do we still have a coyote problem? Yes. Yes, they're everywhere up here. You don't see them very often, once in a great while, but you'll hear them and you'll find signs of them. I haven't found any dead turkeys lately, so that's good. If they wouldn't drag everything down and kill it, I'd be fine with it, you know. Like the bears, they leave everything alone for the most part, and I love seeing them around, you know. This is their home, so. He asked if I'm going to do any more vintage gun videos. Yes, definitely. I love firearms, especially old guns, and I have a couple that I want to shoot videos on. I actually have an old 22 that I want to shoot a video on, and maybe you guys can help me with, because I'm looking for some parts for it. And I don't know, maybe somebody has an old beat up one laying in their closet. I'm sure there's one out there somewhere. He asked how the maple syrup turned out. I started that series in the spring. I did 2 videos on it. The third video was supposed to be cooking the sap and actually turning into maple syrup. I started cooking it. It was bad. So we had that problem here too, like I was addressing in the videos. With the warm winter we had this year, the trees ran prematurely. And by the time it was time to tap trees like you normally do on traditional time, it was bitter and just not good. It almost smelled like it was fermented. It was just not good. I had to dump it. So I never got to finish the series. So if anybody was wondering why that didn't get finished, that's why. I probably should have shot a video on what happened. It kind of disgusted me. I will try to finish that series into next year when we do tap again. It bummed me out because I really wanted to finish that, and I kind of learned a lesson on that. Don't upload a series like that until you have all 3 parts, so you know that you can upload it all. So, lesson learned. Oh, he asked if we're going to be going out on the fishing boat anytime soon. I kind of hope so. I need to go fishing here. I'm due for it. There's a small lake right up across the valley here that I'd like to go hit. It's just small dam. We might go out with the trolling motor and troll around, see what happens. But again, I'm always just thinking busy. It's hard to get things like that in. I just need to make some time, I guess. These summers go so fast and are so short that it's in the back of my head all the time, and I just watch time fly by. I mean, here we are, it's the 4th of July already, and in all reality, summer's downhill from here, and I have so much to do yet. So, Bill Walter just commented, he was looking forward to the boat restoration videos, cabin build, and gardening. And unfortunately, I didn't do a garden this year because of time. I think I explained that in one of the last videos. There's just not enough time to go around for everything. Next year, I really do want to put a garden again. I need to work the soil a little bit, but I need to try that mulch method, which I can't think of her channel, but there was a video response to me last week, and I want to thank you for that. She showed her garden and how the mulch method works and how well it works. And if you look at my liked videos, you will find that video. It's probably one of the last 2 videos I've liked, so you should be able to find it there. She's actually a neighbor, lives up across the mountain here, and she has a really nice looking garden. Bill Walter also asked yesterday on the Raystown Lake Cottage property project, he asked if I could provide a list of components, costs for the septic system, like the main tank, the pump tank, pumps and everything. And he said about how he's thinking it would help others in budgeting and planning. And that's all going to be individual videos when I do that. It'll all be under the Raystown Cottage project. I'm going to, once I know the permits are through and the drawings are good the way they are, I will start a budget costing everything up. And once I have that, I'll shoot a video and show you the components, each part of the system, and the cost of each component and whatever other costs there are, so you can budget, and I'll give you a total cost. But I'll do that on separate videos because that's going to be pretty detailed how I need to get into that. So let's see, we have this is a good one here. Chris 6833. This was a comment he left yesterday on that same video about the Raystown Cottage property. He said, my grandparents had a cottage at Raystown in the 60s. Before the lake existed, it was close to where Seven Points Marina is now, and is about 60 to 65 feet underwater. There's a lot of folks that don't know. See, Raystown Lake, the lake where we're going to be building the cottage, opened in 1974. Army Corps engineers built it. It was a flood design to prevent flooding down the valley. That's why they initially built this lake. And like you said, before the lake existed, there was cottages there. And there was a ton of cottages there. My grandfather had a cottage there, and that's why it's kind of special to us, and I always want to get back down there. There's a lot of family history down there. But what a lot of people don't know is there was a lake there. It was a smaller lake, but it was still a pretty big lake. The first Raystown Lake, or dam, they started building it in 1907, and it was finished in 1912. 10 men went together down there, and they formed the Raystown Water Power Company. And the reason they built this lake was they were sitting there fishing. 2 of them. One was a Simpson, and I forget who the other was that was with them, but they were sitting there fishing in the valley where the river come down through, and it just, for some reason, clicked in their heads that we can make electricity off of this, if we dam this valley up. And that's what they did. All private money, no government money whatsoever. They built that dam. It was an earthen dam, earthen combination, mortar, stone dam. I actually have pictures of the original dam. I have pictures of the lake, the cottages, the bridges that were down there, Finks Bridge, Hans Bridge, Trough Creek State Park. I have a whole box of slide films from about 1955 to 1968 or so, whenever they lost the old cottages down there to the new project. But I have to figure out a way to transfer them onto modern film modern video, or I'm going to print the pictures out so I can show them to you. And I want to do a historical video on the Raystown Lake and the region. Very interesting. That original dam down there went through 2 sales after the original owners, and then a merger, and then it became part of the Pennsylvania Electric Company, which is now known as Penelec. It's owned by First Energy, if you guys are familiar with that. Italian immigrants built that original dam in that lake. They come in, they set up a town, and they built that whole thing by hand and with horses. You know, we're talking the early 1900s, before, you know, even before a lot of steam equipment come out, or people could afford. So pretty impressive what they did down there. It's very impressive what they did with the new lake too, the Army Corps of Engineers. I mean, it's just a vast, huge lake. It's just amazing the work that went into that. At one time down there on the old lake, they had estimated there was 1,000 or more cottages around that lake that went around it, down where my grandfather had his and where Chris's grandparents had their cottage. So there was a lot of folks down there, a lot of people from around this area. I mean, my great uncle had a cottage there, my grandfather had a cottage there, so a lot of people, you know, buddies, word of mouth. It all started, I think, with the mailman. He had a place down there. He told my grandfather about it, so he bought a place and built a cottage down there. So that's how it all came to be. But that's all. I really want to get into the history of that on another video, like I said. So, but there was a lake there, for anybody that didn't know, and it wasn't a real small one. Like I said, it was a pretty good sized lake. So. I think that's about it for the questions and the answers. I think if there's anything else I want to talk about on this one. I'm sure you guys all seen, I got the drawings for the septic system down at Raystown. So now I'm waiting for the engineer to get back in town, or the inspector to get back into town. I don't know, he took a trip or something for the holiday, but when he comes back, my designer is going to submit all my paperwork, and hopefully that'll all go through, and he'll issue the permit. Permit's good for 3 years. I'm hoping to get it in this year, but it all depends on, like I said in the video, the excavator, how quick this all moves, and how much it's going to cost is what it comes down to. I would love to get that thing in and done this year, though, so that's done. Because I still have a well to put in, which is going to cost probably $8,000, because it's very deep. And I got to put the electric in, and I got to come a long way up through the property. I'm going to go underground with it. I don't want poles up through, so I'm going to put it all underground, because I don't want a chance trees coming down in the winter and taking the electric out. Therefore, I lose the heat to the cottage and have problems. So I'm going to try to put it underground, which might not be real easy because it's very rocky down there. But that's about all I can think of. Like I said before, I'm glad you guys like this series. I'm going to keep it going. Let me know on the post office box if you guys want me to open a post office box for interaction and communication between us, for another form of interaction, because I'll do that. We have a little rural post office real close to here. I can run in once a week and have a post office box there. It's not a big deal. If you guys want to send, like I said, letters or photos or whatever, you know, let me know in the comment section if you want to do that. Also, if you got any questions for the next series, please leave them in the comment section down below. I really enjoy doing this. It's a good way to interact with you guys. I appreciate all you subscribing, taking time out of your schedules to watch my videos, and I figured this was a good way that I could show my gratification to you guys for all that, and I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all the support we always get, positive comments and everything. If you guys like the videos, please hit the thumbs up. Helps get the name out there. channel and they place the videos a little better and we get seen more. That's what it's all about when you start building the channel up, is they start putting you in the browse features and suggested videos and better categories where they'll pop up and people just see them if they're related to something they're searching for or watching. So it's pretty cool how the YouTube thing works. So if you guys got any other comments or anything, any questions, please leave them down below in the comment section. If anybody would like the channel, please let them know about it. Share it with them. Share the videos with them, however you share your media. I think that's it. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't know. I guess that's it. I really hope you guys have a wonderful 4th of July tomorrow. I hope this video goes up today. It might not, because my internet screws up sometimes. We'll see what happens. So you might be watching this on the 4th of July, so I hope you're having a good day today if it's the 4th of July, or tomorrow. I guess that's about it. I'll see you guys on the next video, whichever one that may be. It all depends on how quick the inspector moves on the permit process and whatnot. We're going to be getting on some new projects here soon. I'm going to get on the trailer, the camper, reseal the roof, seal everything up, make sure it's good to go, get it ready for the trip down to Lake Raystown. And the rock I showed in the video yesterday, I have to get rid of it and the stump so I can literally back the trailer in because it's in the way. So those are probably some of the upcoming videos here, and whatever else I might slide in there in between. So thanks as always for all your support. Have a great weekend, what's left of it. Enjoy your 4th. Be safe out there. Don't blow your fingers off with fireworks. Don't drink and drive. Enjoy yourself. Spend time with your family. That's what it's all about. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Until next time.